going to drop on my channel this year, and it's between two older iPhones. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what these iPhones are by now. The iPhone 7 Plus, which is on my left, and the iPhone 8 Plus that's on my right. Now what I can tell you is that for sure at the end of the day, the iPhone 8 Plus is a much better phone than the 7 Plus, and I think if you're looking at these two phones, the 8 Plus is probably the best one, in my opinion. It's the best priced one. It's going to last you a little bit longer, but the 7 Plus, for the time being, is also really good. It's still supported. So I'll tell you that. That's kind of what I would think. That kind of sums up the whole video. I'll find the cheapest ones of both of these though. Link them down in the description below. You can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. Now side by side, as you guys may already know, exactly the same size, same type of display, same type of screens, all that good stuff. And on the front of the iPhone 7 Plus, we have that 5.5-inch IPS panel. And even now, it's still a really good panel. I've never really had too many issues with it. Obviously, everyone knows by now it's not an OLED panel. And the biggest problem, just like the 8 Plus, very big top and bottom bezels. But for the most part, it's not bad. And I definitely do think, though, the 8 Plus does have a better panel because it does have True Tone. But the 7 Plus's panel is really not that bad. The 8 Plus, like I stated before, it does have True Tone technology. So it automatically makes it a little bit better. It makes the panel feel that much smoother, not smoother, but it makes it look that much warmer. And I definitely do think at the end of the day, the iPhone 8 Plus with the mixture of the glass back, which I'll get into in a second, makes this phone feel that much more premium. When I hold something like the 7 Plus and the 8 Plus, the 8 Plus feels much more expensive of a phone. It is more expensive, but it definitely feels like a more premium phone at the end of the day, which is something that's very important. In terms of the bottom, they both have lightning ports. On the sides, pretty much the same type of thickness, not a whole lot of difference. But again, because of the aluminum sides, but the aluminum back on the iPhone 7 Plus versus the 8 Plus's glass back, like I stated before, it automatically makes the iPhone 8 Plus feel that much more premium. Now you're seeing one of the most common problems with something like an iPhone 8 Plus, where we're having the glass shattering. This happens all the time. It happens to me like literally all the time. It's so annoying, but it's not that big of a deal, which, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. You do have an IP certification on both phones, but the IP certification is better on the iPhone 8 Plus, but you do get wireless charging on the iPhone 8 Plus as well. So that's another pretty big advantage for a phone like an iPhone 8 Plus over something like an iPhone 7 Plus. So in terms of the outside, that really pretty much covers it up. At the end of the day, the iPhone 8 Plus is a much better feeling phone for sure than the iPhone 7 Plus. But at the very top, you can see we do have the dual camera setups on both. And they kind of have the same thing going on. I mean, dual camera setups, two 12 megapixel sensors, 12 megapixel wide, and then 12 megapixel telephoto lens on both camera lenses. And I've pretty much said this forever, but they pretty much have the same exact thing going on. I was going to do like a full side-by-side thing, but it's not really worth it. They both can do the same thing. However, a big difference, actually not even a big difference, they both can do 4K at 30 on the back, 1080p at 30 on the front, and they don't really have those many differences. However, you can kind of see a little bit of a difference here. The colors on the iPhone 8 Plus tend to be a little bit more warmer, as I've showcased on this channel time and time again. Right now, it may not be the best of conditions, but I've always felt like the iPhone 8 Plus's photos were better than the 7 Plus's, rightfully so. It is a better phone overall. You still have pretty much the same features like I stated. So in terms of the camera setup, the iPhone 8 Plus is better, but the 7 Plus is still really good as well. Now I'll go ahead and do a full speed comparison between these phones as well. The iPhone 8 Plus has that Apple A11 Bionic chip inside of it with 3 gigabytes of RAM, where the iPhone 7 Plus has that Apple A10 Fusion chip inside of it with 3 gigs of RAM also. So let's go and see which one is the faster phone between both of these. Okay, this is probably the best we can go. Now, as you can see, I'll close out of all the apps, the camera apps. Let's go. Let's do the App Store. It's 3, 2, 1. And you can see the iPhone 8 Plus just slightly ahead of the iPhone 7 Plus. Let me go and click continue. And let's go and just scroll through these. Now, you can actually see, surprisingly, they're both kind of had the same scrolling thing kind of going through both of them, which is really good. Let's go ahead and go into phone calls. I think the iPhone 8 Plus was surely faster. Safari. We might have the same thing going on for sure. So let me just load up a web page. Let's do Bing, 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, the iPhone 8 Plus just flew ahead of the iPhone 7 Plus. That was a pretty big difference for sure. Let me hop out of here. And I do apologize if there's a little glare. I'm right next to a window. Let me go ahead and do music, 3, 2, 1. May have a little bit of a pop-up. And you can see still loading here, but eventually we do get into it. So that pretty much covers it up. Let's go ahead and do a bunch of these third-party apps that I always download. Let's go and do Facebook. 3, 2, 1. And you can see iPhone 8 Plus far faster. The iPhone 7 Plus a little bit behind. Let's do Twitter. 3, 2, 1. And again, the iPhone 8 Plus was faster. The iPhone 7 Plus a little bit behind. Netflix. 3, 2, 1. And you can see the iPhone 8 Plus was definitely a little bit faster than the iPhone 7 Plus right there. Let's go ahead and do something like Quizlet. 3, 2, 1. And again, the iPhone 8 Plus was faster. iPhone 7 Plus a little bit behind. Dropbox 3, 2, 1. And these are both on iOS 14, by the way. The iPhone 8 Plus was definitely faster. The iPhone 7 Plus a little bit behind yet again. Let's go ahead and do Bank of America. 3, 2, 1. And again, iPhone 8 Plus is faster. iPhone 7 Plus just a little bit behind. And like I said before, this is kind of like a reoccurring trend between both. Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And it does look like Temple Run 2 on the iPhone 8 Plus is going to be just noticeably faster than the iPhone 7 Plus for sure. And you can see, definitely the iPhone 7 Plus was far behind. I mean, I guess when you're getting into this type of gameplay, the iPhone 8 Plus is definitely going to get you better gameplay at the end of the day. Let's go and hop out of here. Let's go and do something like Fruit Ninja. 3, 2, 1. I've experienced a lot of problems with Fruit Ninja. I don't know why this specific app, and I still may experience problems. Actually, it doesn't really look like it, so I don't know which one may be faster. Maybe the 7 Plus was actually the faster one, surprisingly. Now, as you can see, the 8 Plus, I guess we haven't gotten into it yet on the iPhone 8 Plus, so I'll just go there. So that was actually pretty interesting. I wasn't expecting that one to win. Let's do stack. 3, 2, 1. And again, you can see the iPhone 8 Plus was the winner here. Let's go and hop out of here. Let's go do one more. Let's go do something like, I was going to do, let's just do Real Racing 3. Let's just do Thank You. 3, 2, 1. Real Racing 3 would take literally 4 years for it to boot up on both devices. And then it's not a phone problem, it's actually just that app. It's always just giving me issues. As you can see, the iPhone 8 Plus was the faster one there versus the iPhone 7 Plus. So honestly, that's kind of how the whole entire video would go, I would assume. Just like how I tested it here. The iPhone 8 Plus was a very fast phone, and I think it's faster than the iPhone 7 Plus. There was only one case where I saw that the iPhone 7 Plus was the winner, and I would not give it the benefit of the doubt there. I would definitely say that the iPhone 8 Plus, time out, it's not a big deal. You do have an IP